Do you think that brain is your most important organ? And do you think that it is located in your head? Well, and how is it connected with fermentation? Well, stay tuned. Welcome, I'm Olga and my mission is to help people to feel welcomed in their bodies, life, world and universe. And today we have such a great topic, so make sure that you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the follow-up videos that will actually be connected with this one, where I will dive deep into this theory of the second brain and the axis head and gut. And also, if you like the video, please like it and share if it's value for you, and also somebody that might be interested in this topic. And today we are, as I mentioned, talking about fermentation or fermented foods. I have some experience with it already, as we are eating kimchi, I would say, every day in our home, and also there are other great fermented foods that you might try. So let's dive into what is fermentation. The definition of fermentation says that it's a biological process when the substance that we are fermenting is actually transformed, and it is with the presence of microorganisms. And fermentation was heavily used in the past. Why? Because our ancestors, before the era of refrigerators, if they were not able to consume all the harvest at the particular season, they need to come up with a way how to preserve the food for later use, for example during winter. And I'm not sure if they actually were aware how great process they discovered, because they were not able to go to the pharmacy to buy a probiotic pill. And exactly, fermentation is a great process how to introduce the probiotics into your system. And I'm talking about gut health so much, and today we will be touching that. We'll be touching why healthy gut is such an essential thing for weight loss, and also how is it connected with the mental health. So probiotic effects, that's one of the positives of fermented foods. I mentioned the prolonged conservation of the food. Also the structure and the taste. When we ferment something, the structure is slightly changed and the taste is usually much better and enhanced. And this is even stronger when we use some of the spices. Also, absorption of vitamins and content of the beneficial nutrients is much higher due to fermenting process. So because these bacteria are eating the carbohydrates that are included in that, also the number of calories in the final product is usually lower. And a great example of that is the homemade sourdough. If you use a homemade starter and you bake your own sour bread at home, the carbohydrates that are included in the cereal flour are eaten in a big portion by those bacteria included in that sourdough. How it enhances taste, great example of that is miso or soya sauce. Those are fermented foods with a very strong flavor. As I mentioned, it's hugely beneficial for our immune system. It is a known fact that our immune system is largely placed in our gut, so it's very crucial to have a healthy gut and healthy process. And as I mentioned, also now we are seeing a lot of research speaking about connection of the gut health and the mental health. 95% of serotonin is created and stored in our gut. And serotonin is the feel-good hormone. As I mentioned, if you want to lose weight, gut health is crucial for weight loss, and healthy digestive tract is just necessary. So if you want to lose weight, make sure that you take good care of your gut. So how to start with it and how to consume it? I would strongly recommend you ferment your food at home, because once it's pasteurized or it is heated, then it loses a large portion of its potential. Great example again is the homemade sourdough. Sometimes if you don't have like a small bakery nearby when they can guarantee the process, something industrially made, even though labeled sourdough bread, can be a bread that is actually fermented either not enough time, or baking yeast is added into it also. So just make sure what the final product, or how the final product is produced. And another great example is kefir. The one that is offered in the shop is usually the one with the limited number of strains of bacteria, which are actually also grown artificially, so they are not strong enough to survive the journey to our gut and then doing the work there. Fermentation, by the way, can also help you if, for example, you are sensitive to certain types of veggies. For example, cruciferous veggies. Some people tend to get bloating after eating them raw. So you want to start small with each of your meal, as kimchi would be a great example of that, and then building up, finding your favorite, whether it be sourdough bread, kimchi, kombucha, or kefir, or any fermented veggies you made yourself. So welcome on the journey.